Hi, I'm Anoop David. I am a product manager here at EPOS for the Adapt line of headsets, and we'll talk a little bit about how we see the hybrid workplace developing. The COVID-19 pandemic has completely changed the way we live, work, and interact with one another. Businesses have implemented working from home policies, so we're now working from different locations and facing new challenges. The pandemic has almost been like a proof of concept for many companies that were considering working from home policies or were initially starting to explore working from home policies, but really had to jump into the deep end, if you will. But even as we look to the future, I believe that the workplace will be hybrid, a combination of both digital technology and face-to-face interactions. To prepare and support employees in the new hybrid workforce, businesses must invest in the right communication technology and equipment. Technology is now a central part of our working experience. And so businesses that really embrace the promise of new technologies and consider how to harness these solutions to unlock and enable greater efficiencies with their people will succeed. In the context of modern working, you might think that all employees need are things like Skype, Microsoft Teams, and Zoom to really succeed. But that is only at first glance, because underpinning all of these is the audio experience. In fact, I would consider the video aspect of it almost a nice to have. If you are running into problems with your network, if the video is glitchy or freezing up, all you have to do is turn off your camera to preserve bandwidth and still have a very functional meeting or have a very functional communication. On a personal note, I just moved into a new building 3 months ago and have had terrible internet up until now, but I could still work effectively as long as I had good audio on my side. When it comes to audio, issues and interferences can make or break business. Without good audio, sound, and disrupted connection, video conferencing as well as headset and speakerphone use become all but useless, with users unable to communicate properly. Although audio technology is just one piece of the puzzle, it is vital in facilitating effective communication. But for hybrid working to show positive results for any enterprise, there needs to be a seamless employee experience. We've been encouraged to see that from our research, 83% of decision makers say that audio equipment has become more important to their business over the last 2 years, making it a new priority for enterprises worldwide. Business leaders now see audio as key to maintain client, employee, and partner communications, with sound quality emerging as a non-negotiable enabler of business continuity, leading to better customer service, strong employee engagement, and greater collaboration. Over half, 56% of global decision makers revealed that high-quality audio equipment is essential to their business, and a further 34% think it is desirable, particularly for those working in healthcare, IT, and digital sectors. But just investing in audio is not enough. Decision makers are beginning to realize that a one-size-fits-all approach is not the answer. Leaders must plan how they see their organization working and the different endpoints that their employees will need in the office, or more likely as part of a new hybrid model. As part of this, they need to take into consideration that no two people work from the same environment or no two people work the same. I think it is extremely important for businesses to involve their employees in the process of picking the technology they'll invest in and giving them a choice in their ways of working, and acknowledge that everyone has different needs. For example, hardcore performance may require bigger ear cups for noise cancellation, while others prefer lightweight headsets for all-day use. The right audio equipment for the individual user and task is key to getting better results from your employees. Our research has found that 66% of those working in healthcare and 64% in IT and digital sectors say that high-quality audio equipment is indispensable to their performance. Increasingly, we're seeing business decision makers recognize the need to invest in audio equipment too, with 56% saying it is essential. Employee experience is critical now more than ever before. And while working remotely will never be the same as working in a physical space with your colleagues, it can come close. By investing in solutions that cater to specific needs, enable efficiencies, and unleash employee potential, business leaders can ensure that they are creating workplace culture that values employees on an individual and a collective basis. This means that your employees feel valued and involved in the decisions to have the right tools and infrastructure in place to operate effectively. In the long term, this correlates positively with attracting and retaining employees. Speaking of the next generation of employees, they may never know what it is like to step into a cramped commuter transit car or work from overcrowded office spaces. Instead, they will expect seamless connection and communications from wherever they are. Personally, I always value when you shouldn't have to start a conversation by apologizing for the environment you're in or the distractions that might be around you. They should just blend into the background and be not noticeable to the conversation being had. As Generation Z enters the workforce, securing top talent will be key to business success. We've already seen that younger users have a greater awareness of different communication endpoints. They often really care about what they use, its functionality, and its design. It has to look as good as it performs. We already have several exciting concepts and developments on the horizon that businesses can invest in to attract these Gen Zers. Features like artificial intelligence are becoming increasingly embedded in audio solutions, as well as solutions that provide augmented hearing and an increase in demand for voice control devices. Any businesses that offer flexibility and well-connected technology solutions will find themselves attracting top talent. As mentioned, I think it's a good idea to include your employees in conversations about where office investment spend goes and give them a choice on their ways of working, acknowledging that everyone has different needs and there will be a different solution for them. In doing this, leaders will likely see better results. I like to think that business is tied together by its systems or ways of communicating. This communication, businesses are now discovering, depends more on the spoken word than it does on the written word. Live conversations, even if virtual, are vital to building and maintaining relationships in the workplace. But it is not all about the talking. The effectiveness of spoken word also hinges on how people listen or how they hear you, be that with colleagues or clients. When it comes down to it, communicating is clearly the foundation for success. We need those face-to-face moments to recognize the nuances, tone, and emotions of who we're speaking with, but we also need to factor in how people work nowadays from hybrid work environments. Communication also helps employees unleash their potential, enjoy the workplace environment, and ultimately thrive in the hybrid workspace. Effective communication also helps employees to unleash their potential, enjoy the workplace environment, and ultimately thrive in the hybrid workspace of the future. Effective and progressive sound solutions are a must.